So, it gives me pleasure to introduce our second speaker for today. I think you'll all know her. She loves the UK Independence Party because she's held just about every role that is in the party, including interim leader. Currently, she holds many posts. She's party director. She heads up the region. She's in charge of the development of the Living Manifesto and organizes the regional structures. She does so much, affectionately known to us all as Lady P. Let me introduce you to Patricia Mountain, who will not only come and speak, but will take her handbag out the way afterwards. Thank you very much.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm going to try and give you an outline of our new immigration policy. It's a bit long, but I'm going to do my best here to try and explain it as fully as I can. And Ben has got ready with my PowerPoint presentation.
That doesn't mean I can't screw it up still.
Oh, well, it doesn't mean that I can't screw this up, but I'm going to really try. Okay, it is said that all immigration policies are inhumane or racist. This is not the case with our immigration policy proposal. It will act as a deterrent when it comes to economic migrants and deter the human traffickers who rain misery on the most desperate people on this planet. The UK Independence Party believes that immigration is too big to be covered by the Home Office. We will create a Secretary of State for Migration and Population. This Cabinet Minister will oversee the balance and immigration of birth and emigration and death to maintain a stable UK population. We would set an immigration ceiling to neutralise the population growth. This immigration ceiling will include true refugees escaping oppression or war. Only when the population is stable can we look after our citizens. We will never be able to look after our citizens as we should if the population is allowed to continue to grow and grow. The British public have become more open-minded in their attitudes towards race, and there is more racial tolerance now than there was 10 years ago. But immigration is still among the top priority issues for the British public. Dissatisfaction with the government has never been higher. The government is not striking the balance nor gauging the public mood on foreign citizens coming to live and work in the UK. It's all about the numbers. Amongst the 7 countries of Europe with populations in excess of 20 million, the UK has the highest population density. August 2022, the population of the United Kingdom was recorded as 68,655,180. Compare that to 2012, when it was just 63.7 million. Student numbers are up by 60% in a year, from 256,000 to nearly 411,000, bringing with them record numbers of dependents. An analysis of the Home Office data shows the number of dependents of foreign students granted visas has increased 5-fold in just 3 years, from 13,664 in 2019 to a whopping 81,089 in the year ending June 2022. And now we have the graduate immigration route, allowing students who have graduated to stay and work in the UK for up to 2 years. However, if they want to stay on after that time, all they have to do is apply for yet another visa. You claim asylum when you arrive in the UK, but there is no time limit imposed on the Home Office for making final decisions. Of those who applied for asylum in 2021 46,814 cases. 94% were still waiting an outcome at the end of June 2022. We could say, with tongue-in-cheek, a bit of fine-tuning is required, but seriously, the UK asylum system is completely broken. The Liz Truss plans to increase immigration is a huge, great big betrayal of Brexit voters, most of whom voted to reduce and control immigration. The Home Office has been forced to admit that the Albanian asylum seekers, violent criminals among them, will not be fast-tracked for deportation. The Home Office also confirmed in an official letter to the refugee charity Careful Calais that any refugee who crosses the channel in a small boat and is either picked up or directed to land by the authorities is not an illegal entrant. They are to be called an arriving passenger. I know. Borderless Britain has become a woke joke. Now this, if we've got it up there, have we got the so-called caravan of light, Ben? This so-called caravan of light, 3.5 million people planning to assemble in northeast of Turkey. They hope to build enough momentum to allow them to cross the border into Greece unhindered, many of them intent on coming to the UK. There is no legal requirement for a refugee to claim asylum in any particular country, but there is, as we know, a requirement for the first safe country in which they arrive to hear their asylum claim. If this doesn't happen for any reason, the refugee is free to continue their journey and make their asylum claim anywhere they like, arriving in their country of choice. Legally or illegally, it doesn't seem to matter. They are all treated the same way. The cost of housing channel migrants in hotels is soaring, more than 1.3 billion above the Foreign Office forecast. The UK has reached saturation point. We have nowhere to put all these people. Buying a hotel appears to be a pretty good investment. Guaranteed income from the government, no closed season for holiday destination locations. Look how many hotels have taken advantage, stretching right through our country, housing migrants, asylum seekers, drug dealers, criminals. We don't know who they are. They're all just mixed up together. And it's not just our seaside hotels. Look at this fabulous hotel. Where is it then? It's been commandeered. Fabulous hotel in Lincolnshire. Now, they are being forced to cancel weddings and other pre-booked events as they've received notification from the Home Office that current government contracts are to be extended to take additional families, and this is with immediate effect. The government has become a tyrant. And how much does this cost the taxpayer? The average monthly cost to house these asylum seekers in a hotel is £4,250. Compare that to the average monthly pay of an NHS nurse, £2,782. As I said, the cost of housing these channel migrants in hotels is soaring, more than 1.3 billion above the Foreign Office forecast. And what a great welcome we give these people as soon as they are escorted ashore. You know, free accommodation, a £250 food voucher, £500 clothing voucher, no utility bills, tax bills, free government phone, and of course there's Wi-Fi in all the hotels. They're given immediate and free health care. They have a bank card topped up each week. They have free interpreters and lawyers. They get 3 free meals a day. Nice work, if you can get it. Borderless Britain has become a woke joke. We recognise that everyone has a right to claim asylum and that we have a duty of care to genuine asylum seekers. However, it is a fact that asylum seekers are treated better than many UK citizens. How is this okay? The government has now introduced its Nationality and Borders Bill to reform the UK asylum system. Within the government's new plan for immigration, a new temporary protection status is set out, which would allow failed asylum seekers to stay in the UK for 30 months, but with less generous entitlements. Why 30 months? And why are the less generous entitlements not apparent on the official UK government website? Legal or illegal, they're all treated the same. And with all the appeal systems available, migrants can hang around the UK permanently. The agreements made and the money paid to France has not resulted in any lesser number of small boats arriving. The number has increased. Now, who should have the most responsibility for preventing migrants or immigrants attempting to cross the Channel to arrive here in the UK? Look at this. 24th of September, the Dover lifeboat at 10:30 p.m, just 5 miles from the French coast, supposedly rescuing illegal immigrants. 5 miles from the French coast. Why weren't they taken back to Calais? Exactly, yeah. And at a cost of around 2.5 million to the taxpayer, you and I, a new covered gangway has removed the public's ability to keep count of the numbers coming ashore. The Home Office and the MOD will be able to put out whatever figures they claim. We will never know the true number of arrivals. Processing claims for international protection must be speeded up, and spurious asylum claims must be identified quickly. Our illegal immigration policy proposal will do just that. Now, we can only stem the flow of illegals if we change their expectation of how they will be treated when they arrive. Our policy on illegal immigration has been formulated with this in mind. First job, the UK must withdraw from all the international instruments that make borders porous and immigration control impossible.
Yeah.
Now, this is what we propose. We will relieve the existing border force of all responsibility for guarding the national borders. A newly formed border guard will take on this job and patrol the English Channel in 5 new inshore vessels. The existing border force will continue in roles such as passport control at ports and airports, the detection of overstayers and administration within a secure migrant vessel or a secure migrant camp. Any dinghies or boats intercepted in the Channel by the RNLI or our border guard will be escorted to a secure migrant vessel and offloaded at sea.
Excellent.
Any illegal immigrants discovered in backs of commercial vehicles or picked up in the Channel Tunnel will be arrested and transported immediately to a secure migrant vessel. The transfer will be made by border guard. Now, the secure migrant vessels for temporary housing of illegals arriving by rubber dinghies, etc., would be container ships, incorporating a helicopter pad. The containers would be adapted as secure rooms and would be well insulated, ventilated, and with barred windows. These vessels will be subject to all rules applying to high security prisons. The secure migrant vessels would be active in the Channel and staffed by personnel under the supervision of border guard. All illegal immigrants will undergo compulsory DNA testing. eye scanning and fingerprinting, immediately they are put on a secure migrant vessel. We will process illegals in this way within 3 days of their arrival, prior to their removal by border guard to an appropriate secure migrant camp. Secure migrant camps would be in the countryside, built quickly, like the Nightingale hospitals, and with perimeter fencing controlled by border guard or the army. The inmates will not be allowed to leave the camp and visit or mix with the settled population in nearby towns or villages. These camps will be subject to all rules applying to high security prisons. We know we will be criticised and our proposals will be called extreme, but the situation is completely out of control and calls for extreme measures.
Well said.
Thank you, Richard. We will build several camps to cater for the different categories of migrants who will have been classified following the process procedure. It would be our policy that families will be separated. We will not build facilities that would keep families together in their detention period. If a criminal is identified during the processing procedure, they will be deported immediately. Military planes will be on standby and repatriation flights will start from a secure UK military airport. Special secure migrant camps will be equipped to cater for the specific needs of women, children and teens, illegal females and unaccompanied teens who cannot remember their country of origin. They'll also be placed there. Adult men who can't remember where they originated from will be held in a separate secure migrant camp away from other UK residents until their country of origin is revealed, where they will be deported. We will task the existing border force to detect illegal immigrants convicted of detect illegal immigrants, convicted migrants and overstayers through regular checks on communities, institutions and workplaces. They will be removed by a secure vehicle to a secure migrant camp for deportation to their country of origin without delay. The party will adopt a no-nonsense policy when dealing with illegal immigrants. While in the holding camp, foreign-born children will need education, people of all ages will get sick, may suffer depression, and as we will not allow them to work or enter the UK community, detaining them for too long will risk them becoming a serious burden on the state. This is unacceptable to us. Illegal immigrants will never have contributed to the UK economy, and we owe these individuals nothing. Holding in a secure migrant camp will be limited to 3 months maximum. The party will negotiate arrangements with any United Nations member states outside the UK that are willing to make adequate accommodation available to the illegal immigrants and will accept individuals who we are unable to return to their own country for whatever reason. We will deport illegal immigrants from temporary holding centres to one of these countries immediately after 3 months if we cannot return them to their own country for whatever reason. If we are able to return them promptly to their home country, there will be absolutely no route for these individuals back to the UK once they have been deported. Although our secure migrant vessels will be run along the lines of a high security prison, migrants should not consider they are being detained or imprisoned. It is purely a security measure. They will be safe and well treated, and the 3-day processing is essential to discover any criminal element and false claims. The secure migrant camps will also be safe, with migrants being categorised in the way we propose. They will not be left in limbo as they are at the present time for years and sometimes years. Years and years, a decade sometimes. So we wouldn't have that. We would invest more at the front end of the asylum procedure to make sure that all the relevant information is collected, properly considered, to eliminate the need for constant appeals. The asylum adjudication process must not be prolonged. Those who are found not to need protection will be returned home. Are we up there, Ben? Yes, right. So nothing will and nothing can happen until we withdraw from the 1951 United Nations Refugee Convention. Withdraw from the Global Migration Pact, withdraw from the European Convention on Human Rights, and repeal the Human Rights Act of 1998. For now, the party must continue to campaign against uncontrolled immigration and keep a steely eye on the progress of the European political grouping proposed by Emmanuel Macron. Macron says the movement of people would be an essential part of this community, so we have another shambles on the horizon. Despite years of tough talk on immigration, the Tories have failed to deliver any solutions. Taken from the old Hollywood movies, the UK Independence Party say something's got to give. The winds are blowing in a new direction, and soon enough, the old traditional parties will be gone with the wind. Enough is enough. Time to hand over the reins. The UK Independence Party will not spare the horses.